Hi, I'm Scott Sheldon, and welcome to this episode of Winegazer. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, if you were to ask me, hey Scott, what are in your opinion, the top 5 most exciting wine regions in the entire world right now? Without a doubt, I would have to say one of them is Santa Barbara County. And you could even take that a step further and say the Happy Canyon AVA. There's just some thrilling stuff going on in that area right now. So I'm excited to have 3 wines coming from the Happy Canyon AVA to share with you. So just a little bit of background real quick. This AVA was established in 2009. It's located in the most southeast part of the Santa Ynez Valley. Much different than the rest of the other wine growing regions in Santa Ynez Valley. We'll get to that a little bit later. But it was established in 2009. It's not a huge AVA. It's only like 24,000 acres. So compared to Napa, it's small. It's like the size of Chalk Hill or Edna Valley, for comparison. And just incredible stuff going on there. I'm so excited to share this with you. And so let's get into the first wine coming from Vogelzang. 2010 estate grown Sauvignon Blanc, rolls in at $28 US, 14.2% alcohol, and they call it, this is the reserve, again, all estate fruit, and it's coming from the Happy Canyon AVA. Robbie Meyer is the winemaker at Vogelzang. 10 months in neutral Chardonnay barrels, and Wine Spectator gave it 92 points. If if you subscribe to that kind of thing. And it's a nice regal label coming from Vogelzang. Let's give it a pour. White wines are cool, not really cold. They've been open for a little while, maybe an hour. So it's interesting, all the fruit's coming from Happy Canyon, but as soon as it's picked, it's packed up in refrigerated trucks and sent up to Calistoga, Napa is actually where Robbie makes all the wine in various locations. So that's kind of interesting. Also, Vogelzang, they have, I think, about 75 acres of their own vineyards in Happy Canyon, and they sell a lot of fruit to other wineries like Foxen, Gamey, who else? Dragonette, Brittlewood, Fiddlehead, Ojai Vineyards. So just, they're producing just a lot of great fruit. There's obviously a lot of demand for it if all these other, big wineries are purchasing fruit from them. So, very high quality fruit. Really nice golden, like a medium golden color. Very pretty. Let's get a little bit of air into this. We can sniff it up. Wow, very tropical on the nose. You got some mango coming through, some coconut, some pineapple, little pear. And it's fascinating too, because you're getting this total apple pie thing happening. And I don't mean just apples, I mean baked apples. You got some cinnamon coming from the oak, There's a buttery sensation from the oak that reminds me of a pie crust. It's just gorgeous. A lot of stuff going on, on the nose here. And the minerality is just off the charts. It's just wonderful, steely, like slate, rock. A little bit of stone fruit. You got some subtle white peach aromas coming through. Oh, this is gorgeous. Let's give it a taste. very explosive on the palate. Again, the minerality on this wine is very pronounced, it's very upfront, it's very in your face, and I like it. Good balance though with the fruit, great acidity on this wine, gorgeous mouthfeel, really coating my whole tongue, and just I can still feel the acidity and the lively tropical fruits. Again, you know, you got the mango, you got the pear. Give it another taste. That is really, really this gorgeous tropical goodness on the palate. A little bit of lychee as well. Just the mouthfeel, I'm telling you, it's first class. You just feel like, you know, you're not in coach with this baby. You know what I'm saying? This is a first class mouthfeel. It's just luxurious. You know, it's just plush. I love it. You know what's interesting about this wine? It's not grassy. It's no grapefruit. Definitely like a California style of Sauvignon Blanc. It's like sun-kissed from California. You can tell it really has our stamp of terroir on this wine, and it's really fascinating, and I love it. I'm calling 3.5 stars on this baby. This is a great effort. Good job, Vogelzang. And great start to the show. Let's move on to wine number 2. So wine number 2, coming from Cimarron. This is their 3CV series, more of their entry-level, lower-end wines, but not lower-end in quality. We're still talking estate fruit. This is a 2011 Sauvignon Blanc, Happy Canyon AVA. Great label, got the little dog on there, it's kicking it. $15.99 US, suggested retail, 14.6% alcohol. James Suckling gave this 90 points if you value his opinion. And winemaker Andrew Murray loved his Syrah wines again and again, so a big fan. And Cimarron Wine, established in 2006, and Roger and Celia Higgins are the owners proprietors, and it's a great product. I've been a big fan of their 3CV Syrah. It was like one of my favorite wines of 2010. Just a great bargain play, well under 20 bucks, and very rustic wine. And let's give this a pour. Vogelzang, I should say, by the way, they've been around since, I think their first vintage was 1998, so well before Happy Canyon was even an established AVA. So we'll peek at this. A little bit lighter than the first wine, light golden color. I just got to tell you, I'm fascinated by the minerality on both of these wines. On the nose, it's just so pronounced. It's just so unlike. I mean, you just don't think of California that often for quality Sauvignon Blanc. I mean, yeah, I know Brander, great wine, but you know, you think of places like Loire Valley in France, Bordeaux. You know, Grave. There's great Bordeaux. You know, white. Sauvignon Blanc coming from there. You think of New Zealand, Chile, even like northern Italy, but not so much California. And these wines are outstanding. And again, you're just not getting any of this grassiness or grapefruit. You're getting citrus. You are getting citrus, but not that grapefruit, grassy thing that you're used to with, like, you know, wines from Marlborough, New Zealand. And I'm just fascinated. I'm sorry. I'm a little taken aback by what's going on here. And it's exciting. And more tropical fruits. You know, you got wonderful ripe peaches. There's some apricots in there. You got like a little bit of guava. You got some clove. and just a whole lot of like wet stone. We're talking like a big riverbed of minerality. Wow. And the alcohol on both of these wines, they are cool. They're not cold right now, they're cool, and neither one of them are spiking. Very, very, very under control. Let's give it a taste. Again, the mouthfeel, excuse me, that's wonderful. It's wonderful. It's viscous, it's oily. Yeah, you got some lavender coming through also that I didn't pick up. Again, very explosive with its acidity and minerality and citrus, tropical fruits on the palate. Great length on this wine. I'm going 3 out of 5 stars. Great effort by Cimarron Wines on their 3CV Sauvignon Blanc. I love what's going on here with Sauvignon Blanc from Happy Canyon. This is really exciting stuff. And so we had 2 whites. Now we're going to move on and do a little Bordeaux red blend from Cimarron. Show you the label, very similar to the previous wine. 2010, rolls in at $20 US. It's basically a Bordeaux blend with a little splash of Syrah thrown in. So if you want to break it down, it's 52% Cabernet Sauvignon, 26% Cabernet Franc, 9% Syrah, 6% Malbec, 4% Merlot, 3% Petit Verdot. So on this wine, different winemaker, Doug Marjoram. You may be familiar with Marjoram Wines, also up in the same area. Great winemaker. And M5, this is a classic California Rhone blend. And $20, rolls in at 14.5% alcohol. Let's give it a pour. I'm gonna break out a little bit of a bigger glass for this wine. Ooh, oh man, I almost made a little flaw here. I actually have this one decanting behind us here. This has been decanting for about an hour and a half. Get that out. I love this decanter. Easy to clean, it's my motto. It's what it's got to be. That's pretty dark. That is pretty dark. I don't know if you can really catch that at all under the light. That is pretty darn dark. And it's definitely sticking all over the glass. Let's get some more air into this, even though it's been decanting for a while. It's like someone just like stuffed their hand in your face with a big leather glove wrapped around it. Maybe smacked you a couple times with it. Wonderful like Greek olives. Nice tobacco leaf, gorgeous baking spices. Oh, a lot of tobacco rolling off. Oh, this nose is just fascinating. Some great pepper notes as well. Wow, there's a whole lot going on in here, I'm telling you. And there's just some gorgeous dark fruit. I mean, there's just some intense blueberry action, some overly ripe plum and blackberries, a little bit of black currant. It's just kicking. And it's a little bit savory as well. There's like this jerky component that's just wonderful. Oh my goodness. Let's give it a taste. kind of grapey. Yeah, that's like the first thing that's weird. It actually has kind of that Beaujolais sensation of like a Morgon with that kind of dark grapiness. Oh man, that's wonderful. Give it another shot. Yeah, it's very rustic, very hedonistic, very velvety on the palate. Nice subtle round tannins in the background, not overpowering. Great finish on this wine. Really nice and earthy too. I like the earthy, kind of rustic feel that it has. It's a superb wine for $20. I got to give it one more taste. I really, really like what it's bringing. And again, you got more gorgeous dark fruit, you know, on the palate. You know, those dark berries are there. Those dark plums, they're there as well. Tremendous food wine. There's some really nice acidity too. It's not overpowering. It's not, you're not getting the knives or needles under here, but it's really well balanced. I think it's a really well made wine. And I'm gonna go 3 stars out of 5 on this blend as well. And these wines are all fantastic. So earlier I kind of alluded to, you know, how the Happy Canyon AVA differs from some of the other wine growing areas around it in Santa Ynez Valley. And so basically, for one, it is much hotter. It's much more inland. It's further east. If you compare it to where like Santa Rita Hills is, which is closer to like Highway 1, Happy Canyon is like on the other side of the 101 and the 154. It's quite inland. And so this heat, what's interesting is they get these big like diurnal swings in temperature where it will be like 94 and 95 degrees during the day, heating up the grapes. And then in the nighttime, the temperature will drop, you know, 30, 35 degrees, cool the grapes down. And that's one of the factors that gives these wines this unique terroir, gives this crispness and refreshing fruit that we have here. Also, really incredible pronounced minerality throughout the region. Really interesting soil types. You have like a unusual calcium to magnesium ratio. You got a lot of serpentine rock and schist and iron, and it's just really a lot of minerality in this area, and it's really showing through in the wines. There's really a sense of place. The minerality is coming through on this red wine as well, the earthiness. And obviously the stone and steel minerality is coming through on the 2 white wines. And I highly recommend that you check out some wines from Happy Canyon. I'm just thoroughly impressed. It's just totally exciting. I'm fascinated by what's going on here, and I definitely recommend that you check these wines out. So on the web, let's see, I think it's vogelzang.com. I'll link that up for you. I'm not 100% sure. And cimarronewine.com, I think, are the 2 URLs to get to these great folks. But I'll link them up right on the screen here so you can see them. Check them out online. If you're in the area, it's a great place, you know, to visit the wineries. And I'd like to say thank you to the folks at the 2 wineries for sending in samples to be featured on this show about this exciting AVA in California. So I hope you enjoyed the show, and I have a question for you. Have you ever had any wines from Santa Barbara County? And if so, I'd like to hear about them. So go Hope I compelled you to maybe check one of these wines out. And until next time, cheers. Thanks for tuning in.